It's time to spring into something delicious with HelloFresh. Every week, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and recipes delivered to your door. Get 16 free meals plus 3 gifts with code TBTB16
TBTB16
at HelloFresh.com/TBTB16.
TBTB16.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Bald and the Beautiful. I am Melissa.
Kevin. Marcus.
Angel.
And we're doing something a little bit different because we don't have no more early access to our episodes.
We never did. You had a, huh?
Oh, correct. We never
just
did.
Guessing how the,
We were just.
how the episode
Start
would turn
over.
out.
Correct. Welcome back. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Kevin and I were guests at the Oscars over this past weekend.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes, and we had such a really amazing time. I really kind of stayed in the moment to soak in every moment. It was a very historic weekend for several reasons. What I was hoping to happen was to be present for Beyonce's first Oscar, Will Smith's first Oscar. That was my hope going into the weekend. Obviously, Beyonce unfortunately did not win the Oscar. Billie Eilish did instead. Will Smith also won the Oscar, but it was overshadowed by the slap heard around the world. There has been college dissertations, master, PhD level dissertations floating around the interwebs about this slap. And so we've decided, I know Angel and Kev talked about it on Here's the Thing, but we've decided we are going to talk a little bit about it today.
Are we doing Married at First Sight this week at all?
I think we're going to try, but I'm not going to pressure myself, is my answer. So if we end up doing 2 next week, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think if it makes your world easier and mine, we can do it whenever we get a chance and throw in this week's episode. You remember how we used to do it in the past where we gave ourselves some lead time? So people were getting our reviews late, but
They were still
it allowed us not to have to rush to hurry up and watch and then hurry up and shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can shoot. I mean, we can, if y'all got time anytime, like Monday or whatever, we can shoot the 1 episode for the episode that's dropping tomorrow.
Y'all just bear with us because Melissa's in production on Love on Stage. Angel's in production on network drama. Sitcom. Rust Belt News.
Mm-hmm.
Rust Belt News. Kevin's about to be in production on my show. And Marcus is in production on Men with Whiskey and Beards. Let us tell it. Let me tell it.
Let us tell it.
Go tell it on the mountain.
Go tell it on the
Let us
And he
tell
got
it.
all 4 kids by himself.
He got
so
all 4
that's
kids
the
by
other-
himself. We got 2 kids and a dog. So y'all just bear with us. And I also want to say something before Melissa and Marcus give their piece so that they can speak freely because me and Angel talk freely. There's a lot of people in Patreon who disagreed with me and Angel. And then some people said, we agree too much. That ain't even true. Angel always go on the other side, especially when it's a pastor story. But I want to say this to y'all. I want y'all to disagree. If y'all agree with everything I say, it's an echo chamber. I want y'all, people said it was disappointing. I'm disappointed in you, Kev, because you stuck beside Will. I was disappointed in Franklin when he stuck beside Leon, but I understood. That was his boy.
Oh, y'all
And
about
he
to
couldn't
hate when I
hand
got
that Leon
shot.
over to that man boy.
Well, yeah, they finna be mad at all.
He said, man, boy, you is not going to kill my Leon, even though Leon was a complete buffoon for the whole season and deserved to be killed by the man boy and was messing up the business that Franklin built brick by brick. Now drive, nigga. So y'all could be mad.
The
Matter of
LA
fact, it's been too long since y'all was mad at me or disappointed. I like to disappoint people every so often and offend you just to make sure I'm still being who I am.
The LA has doing things today.
Oh,
ain't it?
Philip, I was reading them comments. I was like, oh, yeah, you don't like it? Good. I love Will. And I'm spending the night at his house tonight.
I think the Angel Wings have already put the bar at what they could expect of me. So even if they didn't agree, they knew, well, Angel don't care.
If you thought after all them Will Smith pictures I was finna turn on my good friend, you was wrong. I stand with Baba Voss.
Well, just as a preview for this conversation, I'll actually allow you guys to offer your takes here shortly, but you're probably going to be angry with me as well. So I just want to throw that out there.
It wasn't everybody, but it was enough that I noticed.
Listen, I just want to throw that out there. I probably, I obviously am a fan of Will Smith, have been for a long time. But more than that, the context from which I am speaking is from a person who has read Will, his autobiography. And I think it offers a unique perspective and it informs how I view this situation. And I want to say this out the gate as well, because I don't want people conflating what I am saying and what I'm not saying. What I will say is that I understand why Will Smith did that. I understand probably what was going on in his mind. That doesn't mean that I agree with it. And you can understand a perspective and not agree with it. You can understand a perspective and say, I probably wouldn't have done that, but I understand what's going on. And so I just want to throw that out there because I think you can conflate those two things and be like, well, I don't understand and condone violence. Well, I don't either.
Right. And people are like, you didn't condone it enough for me. That's why you can condone it as much as you want.
Yeah, I just
you
want to
condone it to the you screaming from the rooftop. You can tell school children how mad you are. You feel how you feel.
Yeah,
that allowed me to feel how I feel. And we ain't got to the degree. I saw this poll about this. The Oscars actually sent out a poll to Academy members, all these people in the industry, and some regular people, and it was like split down the middle. Mm-hmm. Who was wrong? Who was right? Do you discipline your kids? It was like. And it wasn't even, it was like 52-48, 48-52. Like, we are not the only people that disagree. And the other thing, and I said this yesterday, and I agree, this thing is about a 7-layer being dip on different ways to feel. There's so many layers of, there's comedy, there's marriage, there's protecting Black women, there's Will's struggle, there's, does comedy have, boundaries. Boundaries. Yeah. What's the line? Is Chris Rock at work? Is Will at work? What does protect Black women look like? Yeah. Should you do it in public or in private? Messing up how we act in front of Black people. We could agree on white 3 people. Of the 7 are white people and not the other 4. Yeah. Me and Melissa don't even agree on all 10 of the tenets. Yeah. So we should not agree all the way. We here to talk about it in the barbershop and the beauty salon.
Correct. Hey. So Marcus, I love it.
Is that something called that?
The barbershop and the beauty salon. I love it. So, Marcus, we're going to talk about it from the perspective of married folk and being a Black man.
Yes.
Marcus Tanksley, what's your take?
All right.
I'll start with you because me and Kev talked a lot up top.
No, you ain't really talking much. I'm not going to go as deep as you are, I'm sure. So looking at the situation, you got my niece Victory had to fill me in on the context of everything because back in 2016, apparently, that's when Chris Rock was up at the Oscars saying, hey, Jada, you wasn't even invited. Who cares if, it's like me and getting invited, not going to Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. That was a big laugh in front of the Oscars, millions and millions of people. Whatever, it's gone. Now we in 2022. You up there, you joking around. You mentioned G.I. Jane. Spinning off Jada's lack of hair.
Yeah.
If you're going to joke around about a Black woman, joke about something that she did. Maybe even a pair of shoes or her nails. But actual physical appearance, that's something you don't do. Specifically coming from a man who put out a movie talking about women's black hair.
Right. And had a section on alopecia that's going re-viral again.
So
he's talking to a bald woman who was talking about alopecia.
With that said, if it were me and Angel sitting in that situation, I would have reacted the same way, if not worse. Do I condone what Will Smith did? No. Was it wrong? Yes. If we had to redo all this all over again, should he react the same way? Absolutely. Do I agree?
You said do it again?
Absolutely. If we had to go back in time,
knowing what he knows
that same situation, knowing the same situation, yes, go up there and slap the shit out of him again.
And Angel's agreeing?
Marcus.
Yes.
He can't do that.
First of all,
he learned from his mistake.
Learn from it. Hey, I'm gonna make the same mistake again, God. It's me again. I know this is wrong. You already told me not to do this from me doing it last time, but this man got to pay. Because it ain't just the fact that this ain't a room of 50 people. This ain't a room of 50,000 people. This is a room of the world. Everybody, she's already been the butt of his joke once in front of the entire world.
Literally, not even like.
Yeah, this ain't just the Oscars. I don't care about the Oscars. I've never, ever watched the Oscars. I won't watch it until Angel's on it. Nominated.
for it. I'm here
When
for it.
she's invited to the
Hold on, Mark.
Oscars.
Time out. You said you ain't gonna watch the Oscars till you up in there with your eyes.
Correct.
And
When
Angel's
Angel is invited, even if she ain't nominated, if I'm there, I'm probably gonna be watching something on my phone. I don't care about the Oscars, but when he made those jokes about her in 2016, I knew about it. That night, even if this slap didn't happen, I would have known about him making that joke because people gonna make a big deal out of that because of her condition. So, looking at it from that point, people say, oh, you know, he overreacted, he did this, he did that. You got to understand, the entire world is looking at them and laughing at her in that moment. Ain't nobody that's seen this, ain't nobody watching this, ain't nobody that commenting saying he was wrong, ever been in that situation of the entire world laughing at them.
Listen,
That's his wife. He was professional, giggled it up, looked over at his wife and was like,
are we mad?
your feelings is hurt. I'll be right back, baby.
Literally.
Hey, with me, it wouldn't even take that.
You wouldn't have laughed?
It wouldn't even take a joke like that. When me and Angel have been to comedy shows in the past, sitting beside her, I would get nervous because I'm afraid that the comedian is going to say something that I don't like, and I'm going to have to go up and address it right there in the moment.
You
in a room
already
of
wanna
20
slap
people. That's my wife.
Right.
I don't take jokes. Me and my wife joke around each other all the time. Somebody coming to her, no, that's a whole different lane. I don't know you like that.
Right.
No, so people say it was wrong. Yes, it was wrong. People say he overreacted. Maybe so. Did he react the right way? Absolutely.
Listen, Marcus.
It was wrong,
never.
yes. And
He's
I,
wrong
if it
and
was
right.
me, I would be wrong multiple times. Put me in this situation. Will I apologize? Probably. Give me a couple of weeks. I might apologize.
See,
Hey, I'm
Marcus-
sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I was wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Let somebody else say it. You're going to get shit slapped out of you, too.
Listen, Marcus, I want you to know, I don't think I've thought of anything funnier than sometimes you need to be wrong on purpose.
Yes.
I'm going to do something wrong because it has to be done. And I know it's wrong. As I'm withdrawing my hand,
Kev,
I know I should not do it.
even though it ain't my place, if we sitting somewhere and somebody's clowning Melissa, if I look over and her feelings are hurt, I'm at least going to stand up like, hey, pump your brakes.
Listen,
Just to draw the attention to me. Oh, you need to sit down. I'm glad you said something. Now I can go up and address it. If I see Melissa, cut it out. You only getting one. Cut it out. Will Smith gave him two. Keep my wife's
he
name out
slapped
your
him
effing
first.
mouth.
He slapped him
He
first.
did.
yeah, I just wish Will would have.
He gave him two warnings.
The warnings were post slap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No warning. The warning was
No, the warning was a slap. The other two was just like, I'm about to come back up there.
All I wanted Will to
He
do
gave
is
him two
reverse
warnings.
him.
He gave him two warnings before the beating. Yes,
Correct.
3 warnings before the beating.
After the first thing he did was smack him.
That was the first warning.
oh,
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. That's number 2. I'm going to say it louder. That's number 3. Now I'm about to come out and remove some teeth.
you're saying the fourth thing was what was he wanted to do.
Yeah.
The slap was, hey, all right, now hush.
You've had people.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we talked about this. Only reason I'm going to say it. You've had people, a friend and Melissa, laugh at Melissa and her being uncomfortable. Imagine if the world, and I was the reason she was laughing at him. What you going to do? You going to come up and punch me in my jugular? Hopefully.
Listen, the thing you said too, the 2016 Oscar Chris Rock thing, I didn't really have a problem with because that was personal. That was personality-based jokes.
Right.
Like she didn't come. There's some people I saw online like, and listen, they're entitled to that opinion. I did not ascribe to it. Black women are usually first to do something, then we're made fun of. I get that. But the Oscars has always proven to be a joke about your career and decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
That's safe things. Each comedy thing usually has, this is the norm for comedy for this.
Right.
At a roast, that would have been accepted.
Right.
But when you go to a roast, you know what's expected. When we were at Tahir's roast, we went in
Oh, Kevin.
on Tahir, on everybody around.
Warmed my soul to see you be that dark.
Melissa texted me. It was like, "Are you guys fighting? Are people fighting after?" And I was like, "No, when I go on roast me, and they told me they called me everything but a child of God." Somebody said I drink root beer and beat my
So
wife.
what's the name of Daredevil? Fisk.
No.
Kevin turned into Fisk. It was just like, this man is scary. Wow, the talent.
But I also know that anything, if I go to a roast, anything about me
Right.
is up there. Right now, if Melissa comes, she's a target too. Right. That's the understanding of a roast from 2016. But the Oscars has not set the precedent that personal appearance jokes are okay at the Oscars. It's usually about your career.
Right.
So that's why I was like,
which it kind of was career, but at the same time it wasn't. It was full. It was like 5%
he
career,
made the,
95% your hair short.
right. He can. I feel like it was a joke about her appearance connected to a movie,
Right.
as opposed to her career.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Now she said after Earth sucked, why didn't you stop him? Fair game.
Oh yeah, that's
Right, because Regina Hall made jokes about entanglement issues,
Yeah.
which was personality, but she ain't say nothing about her hair.
Yeah. Listen, and hair to a Black woman is very important. It just is what it is. We are very sensitive about our hair, and that at the root is what this issue is about on the Oscars. But I'll tell you what, if you're one of those people that needs to have a good hair day, we're here to tell you about Function of Beauty. Did you know that the key to a consistent good hair day is using ingredients that benefit your hair? Function of Beauty makes hair care products that are 100% customizable, made for your hair, where it's at now and where you want to go. Angel has said this once before as she is doing, I want to keep this. As she is doing her beautiful, all natural hair, hasn't had heat on it, and I'm over here rocking. You can't even see my hair up under this hat, but know that it's short. I like it short. I keep it short because I like being the one that with the short hair, Melissa with the short hair. And I do rock a perm. And if you're one of those folks that just stay out my DMs, stay out the comments, I do what's best for me and my hair. Okay. And that's what Function of Beauty is about. It is doing what works best for you. They have created individually filled shampoos, conditioners, styling, and treatment formulas based on your hair and where you want to go. It is founded by a dream team of engineers and cosmetic scientists. Each Function of Beauty product is individually designed to be as unique as you are. Basically, what you're going to do is take a quiz to build your hair profile and select 5 of your personal hair goals. That could include lengthening your hair, volumizing your hair, oil control, frizz. It could be any of these things. And then what they will do is design a freshly filmed formula delivered straight to your door and you should prepare for the good days ahead. Say goodbye to generic hair care for good today. Go to functionofbeauty.com/TBTB to take your hair goals quiz, and you'll save 25% off your first order. Go to functionofbeauty.com/TBTB and let them know you heard about it from our show and to get 25% off your first order. One more time, that's functionofbeauty.com/TBTB. Take the hair quiz and save 25% off your first order.
Somebody saying he made fun of Kevin James being fat in 2016. I didn't know that. I don't remember the whole thing. And Jada wasn't there. And I also want to say one more thing about
difference between that. Kevin James talks about his own weight all the time, though.
Yeah, well, also
King of Queens?
Yes.
King of Queens.
I
There's also
I was like, hold on.
people got to understand certain hypotheticals and even certain things they're not the same correlation.
Right.
I actually
There's
agree with
double
that.
standards.
There really
Him
is.
making fun of a man who had hair a lot, like Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa was just bald right now, and he made that joke, it wouldn't be the same. And also, Jason Momoa is not a Black woman, and there's not. So each thing where you're like that doctor that really tweeted, "What if he smacked Betty White?"
I agree.
Like, once you change one variable, you've changed the whole thing.
I agree.
People are
If he smacked a white man, different thing. Would he have smacked a white man? He already smacked a white man. There's each variable, just like in science, each variable adjusts the equation. All we can talk about is what he actually did. Is smack a Black man who had talked about his wife previously and where he is in life. Even if you take Will Smith 2 years ago or 5 years ago, he probably doesn't react the same way or 5 years from now. Everything that happens in life happens not out of a vacuum, but all the circumstances up until that point and actually where you are in that point.
Yeah. Well, the
life.
thing is,
Right. And Angel had something to say.
Yeah, I was about to say, when it comes to body shaming, there is definitely a double standard to compare a man to a woman. You're not about to talk about a woman being heavier set. That just is not going to fly. I don't think in any circumstance other than like a really gritty nightclub that's not going to stand on national television. And I do think people have to let go of these hypotheticals and just look at exactly what happened. Will slapped Chris Rock for Chris Rock's joke towards Jada. Period. He did not choose a different way to handle it. We can't go back. Even in Marcus's time machine where the same thing is going to happen. We can't go back. That's what he did. And yeah, we can analyze it. Obviously, that's what we're doing now, of like how we would feel in that situation. But the fact of the matter is, very few of us will ever be in a situation like that to be even able to fathom the amount of embarrassment, the amount of anger that could happen, and the amount of pressure there is on a person to be perfect. None of us watching this, more than likely, our audience, most people won't ever experience that type of stardom, that type of attention, to know what it actually feels like to have all of that meet at that one point, to know how they would honestly react.
I 100% agree. And I think to the point of hypotheticalizing all of this to death, the reason why it is useless is to the point of changing one variable. If a white man is standing there and makes the exact same joke to Jada, we, the black community, are up in arms.
Yep.
About a white man making a joke about a black woman.
Why didn't
hair.
Will smack him? He should have got up and did something. If he didn't,
and that
protect
would've
black
been the
women.
conversation.
That's why y'all in an entanglement.
That's exactly
because,
would have been
he
the
ain't protecting his
conversation.
wife.
That
Oh,
is
boy.
such a fantastic
Oh
point.
boy, would have protected
We
his
would
wife.
have called
That's
for
literally-
Will to stand up and slap the crap out of him. Period. We would have called for it.
That
We
is
would
a
have
great
demanded
point.
it. And so that's the thing. You can't change. If Will would have smacked Betty White, we would have been pissed. She's 100 years old.
And she's a woman.
Was correct. You're right. She was 99. God
She
rest in
gone.
peace.
She 100 now.
But the thing is, if he did that, it would have been so inappropriate.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made
But
sense.
also, old people can get away with jokes.
And
That's
old
why.
pe- yes.
The
That's why
thing that-
grannies
about
can
the
say what they
hypothetical is
want.
so wild. The actual event is wild enough.
Exactly.
We need to create hypotheticals for boring stuff.
Right.
The world saw the most wild thing. Why we need to make it more hypothetical?
And
Will
last-
Smith smacking Chris Rock is crazy.
Last thing I want to say just real quick about the Kevin James. Kevin James is also a comedian. It's different.
It's very different.
It's different.
very
You
different.
can't Kevin Hart, or what's his name? Chris Rock going after a body type of another comedian is almost fairer game.
That's like a
because
rapper
you recognize
coming at a
it's
rapper.
exactly. It's part of the game, comedian to comedian. So that's all I want to say about that. I don't think you have to hypothesize what if he. It's unnecessary. What actually happened is more than enough to talk about. And the reality is exactly what Angel was saying. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on national TV at the freaking 94th Academy Awards ceremony. Whoever would have thought. We're talking about A-list celebrities. We're not at the Source Awards. We're not at the Hip Hop Awards. We're not at the BET Awards. We're not at the MTV. We're at the Oscars. You guys, it's more than enough. We need nothing else to discuss.
Yeah, even with that, with it being more than enough and like drawing all this attention, certain things, the place doesn't matter. The situation doesn't matter.
Wherever you pitch a tent, that's
Wherever
where you're
you,
going to build
that's
the
where you're
circle.
gonna build a
Well said.
circus. Whether you standing in 4 o'clock traffic and shoot a bullet, or you standing in the middle of a theater and shoot a bullet, the people standing around are gonna feel it all the same. It don't matter. If you talk about my wife in the parking lot, you're gonna get the same reaction as if we standing at the gates of heaven and I hear you in the line
At
behind
the
us.
gates.
It's like
right there,
I'm right
Bucket.
there, and it's like, hold on, Paul, Saint, give me a second. Saint Paul, I'm sorry, Saint. Excuse me. I'll be right back. All right, judge me now. It don't matter.
Marcus
Like
will
people
smack
be
that man
forgetting.
in the middle of the line to get in.
Will, regardless of where he's at now, Will's still from Philly. He still loved the way he loved. It don't matter.
Can I just say this real quick? If you haven't read Will Smith's book, I highly recommend it. I really, really do. But one of the things that I think, and my mom even called me, she was like, I'm so disappointed. I just never imagined. I think reconciling, and this is what Will Smith personally had to do, reconciling who you are as a person and the image of who you are is a reckoning that Will Smith has gone through. And so his whole like social media persona is him breaking free from the image of perfection, the good guy, the nice guy. He called it in his book, Mr. Fluffy. So this is what I think.
Let me hear what you got to say about it, Lissa.
I think.
Don't you interrupt her no more. The cousins done talked about it already. Shut up.
Somebody has said that Will was laughing at the previous joke. I don't know. So I'm just going to give my assessment. I could be wrong on this portion. Everything else, I'm staying 10 toes down. This is what I believe happened, okay? But this beginning part, it's up to interpretation. I think Chris Rock did the joke. And the celebrity, political, nice thing to do is to smile and wave. You tell a joke. I know that this is offensive to my wife. I know the tears that she's cried about losing her hair. And remember, Jada had nice, long, pretty hair. Okay, she grew it out from her little pixie cut and everything. It was healthy and everything, looking like a wig, low key. And it was her hair. And then all of a sudden, you're having this uncontrollable alopecia, and it's taking your hair. That's traumatizing. Like, legit. That's traumatizing. So you go through this. He's seen the tears, but he's thinking, we're going to sit up here and we're going to be Mr. and Miss Fluffy. We're going to smile and wave. Jada said, but not today. Because that camera panned on her, and she rolled her eyes so hard, it could have been an earthquake in the building. Like, she rolled her eyes so hard. And I think for Will, it was like, oh, Jada from Baltimore is here, not Jada from Hollywood. Bet. If you going to be mad, guess what? I'm mad too. And he sat there and was like, I'm going to do something. And walked. It wasn't a run. He didn't bum rush the stage. It was like he thought about this. And this is why I was reading this post earlier today, and the guy was like, I don't believe Jada was proud of him, da da da. I believe she was. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she knows what the moment meant. Even if she didn't agree. Because I would be like, Kev, I really wish you didn't do that. I just really wish maybe you hadn't did that. But I recognize that what you did was fought against the perception of who you are, and you smacked the crap out of Chris Rock. You did it on these white people's stage on what we knew was going to be your biggest night. You have waited your whole career to win this Oscar that is arguably 2 movies late. And finally you get it, and you risked it all. That's a huge, personal overcoming moment for Will Smith. And I believe when he was standing on that stage and they panned over to Jada while he was giving his speech and she was beaming, I was like, man, I believe she's like, I'm so proud of you. More than the Oscar. I'm proud of you because you took this moment, but you put, in his book, he talks about he always put his career above his family when he was the general. Yep. He talked about how he's always let his mama, or he has always felt like he let his mama down. The whole theme of the book is about him feeling like a coward. So he didn't stand up to his mama. He felt like a coward. The pedophile thing, he felt like a coward. There was another incident. He felt like a coward. So this is the one time he stood up, and he did it for his wife on the biggest stage, on his biggest night. That's his career. I just feel like, honestly, agree or disagree, I understand.
See,
I understand.
I get it wholeheartedly. Even if it wasn't, when I saw her roll her eyes, it wasn't even, especially knowing that she has alopecia, it wasn't even like I'm mad. It was like, that hurt my feelings. Oh, sure, you done called me out. So in my opinion, he was looking over and saw his wife's feelings just got hurt. The area where we at don't matter at this point. And for him, and again, this is a man, he loves his wife, he loves his family. This thing that happened in front of all these people. And we saw an Angel, we was actually FaceTiming at the time when it all happened or whatever. And at first, my first thought is like, now I got to hear about this for the next 3 weeks. Cause I was just like, I get it. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. But of course, people talk, oh, he could have died. They have entire contests of people slapping the shit out of each other.
Sure do. We watched it.
It's a whole league. They got, what's it called? Classes. Mm-hmm. Oh, you elevate to this class now. You can get to the big leagues and really slap somebody and get slapped. People are just absolutely ridiculous. But again, I wholeheartedly I understand the situation. All the people, oh, he was wrong, he was this, he was that, just maybe. But our people want to throw all of these hypotheticals out. Let Will Smith be the same person and the person up there saying it changed. Or let Will Smith change and the person standing up there saying so. Let Chris Rock said that about somebody's white wife and a white man's wife. Oh yeah, see, no, I don't care. Brad Pitt should have walked up there. I don't know who he married, who he talking to now, but should have slapped him. I can't believe she's going through that. They just let him see. No, committing. Then it would have been. It would have been comedians went too far.
Well, when you have the thing about social media is you have access to millions of people's thoughts all at once.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what happened, no matter what Will Smith did or not, somebody's gonna feel like he did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
If he yelled, he shouldn't have yelled.
Right.
Now you disrupt. If he did
he
nothing,
was
he's still quiet. If
unprofessional.
he's did what he did. So either any reaction elicits the same polarizing thing. So I think what Will did, and again, this is a like it or not, and as a person of not even as big as Will Smith, but as a person with a high platform, a lot of times I be doing stuff and people don't agree, and I be like, so I don't care.
But you don't do it enough.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what, I'm growing into that.
Because I'd be like, Kevin, them people.
Yeah, but I'm still growing into that person. But at the end of the day, and somebody said this in the comments, did he do that for himself or for Jada? He could have done it for himself too. And still been wrong. And maybe he did it. Maybe it was an opportunity
and should do it again.
It could have been an opportunity to protect her, or because he felt like that's what he wanted to do. Either way, he made the choice.
Yeah.
So in some action, do it because he wasn't talking to Will. In some way, he had to do it for himself.
Yeah. And the problem with that is people standing, watching everything happen, people in the comments, everybody else, 99.999% of the people are used to being in the audience and used to being the majority. And they're used to people in the spotlight having to take the punches and not react.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just sit there and absorb every punch. Oh, they know what they got into. They're famous. They expect that, and absorbing the punch.
Yep.
Back when Angel first started vlogging and I slowly started stepping in, I was like, I'm way too personal.
Yep.
I don't like people, all up in my business. I don't like people knowing me like that. And she told me, you can create a character and be that character in front of the camera. And I said, you're right. She said, that's what a lot of people do. And I tried that, and it was too exhausting. I said, these people are going to get me. Some are going to hate me. Some are going to love me. But they're going to get me every time. That's why when y'all was talking about it, people was like, oh, I know market. And people know how I would react because I am not a character. I am me.
And people going to say Kevin going to
Angel got words.
And he is going to.
No, Angel and Kev already talked.
No. So this is what I was going to say, though, is that I think growing up as a PK, I don't put anything past anyone. I think more people are really sad at the perception and at the person they made Will Smith in their head. Because, had it been Kanye, people would have still been mad, but they would have expected it. They would have been like, we know that man ain't stable. So of course he was going to go up there and do something stupid. This ain't his first time doing something dumb on stage, right? But because we like to hold an image and a placeholder for people in our head, when they step out of it, people take issue. What I have learned being a PK, I've gotten to see behind the mask for a lot of people, especially people that people hold in high regard, where I'm like, I get it now. None of this other stuff, none of the pretty flowers, none of the well-spoken words and deep, poignant things, they don't matter in the sense of everyone is capable of anything. And I think that's the reason why folk are like, I'm disappointed. You're disappointed because you were foolish enough to believe that you knew this man in a 360-degree way. Yeah. Well, that's what you should be disappointed.
Because he's put on a masterclass of acting.
Correct.
He's a masterclass actor. He's highly trained. He's built his brand. He has studied. And he created that character, and we all fell for it. We all believed it. White people are upset because he was the safe black for them. Yeah. And all of the blacks, he went up and smacked that man. And he was like, they were like, but you're Will Smith. And I smacked a person because he's a master actor. And that's why this episode is sponsored by Masterclass. Listen, we're excited they're sponsoring our podcast. Masterclass is amazing. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I took Shonda Rhimes and Aaron Sorkin's master classes on writing. Two different writers, two different style. I took, oh my gosh, what's that director? Ron Howard on directing, Sam Jackson on acting. I spent hours studying, okay, to be better because this is the field that I choose to discipline myself in, and what better place to learn from the masters of their craft on how to discipline them. And I feel like the show that I'm creating, that I'm doing the next 4 weeks, will be better as a result of masterclass. And I want you guys to have the same experience. I mean, these people, this ain't a 20-minute class, 30-minute class, 40-minute class. These are hours of classes, modules, workbooks, whether you're into photography or cooking or whatever. There is a masterclass for you. I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every masterclass, and as a Bald and the Beautiful listener, you get 15% off of an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/TBTB right now. That's masterclass.com/TBTB for 15% off of Masterclass. Discover the master in you.
And while you're discovering that, you got to make sure your skin, listen, I'm sure that when Will smacked Chris, he was like, woo, your skin is amazing. And my hand just slid right off of it. And why is that? Because he's taking care of his skin, just like you should too. And that's why we're so excited that Apostrophe is sponsoring today's episode. Apostrophe is a prescriptive skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. Apostrophe connects you with a board-certified dermatologist who create personalized treatment plans that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz and your skincare goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will create a customized treatment plan. Apostrophe treats all types of acne, from hormonal acne to facial acne, even chest knee, back knee, and butt knee. They treat breakouts from head to toe. Melissa, take it away.
Kevin and I went to the Oscars this weekend, which is a really huge event. And one thing I was praying to the Lord about is, Jesus, please let my skin behave. Let me tell you something. Approaching 40 years old and still worried about your skin is ghetto. Okay? It's the whole entire ghetto. But I'm so grateful that Apostrophe is here to help me ensure that my skin is looking its best. Therefore, I can feel my best on big days like walking the red carpet at the Red Oscars. They have tons of products. Like I said, acne is one of the things. Hyperpigmentation is one of the things that I'm concerned about all of the time. You will go on their website. Let me make sure I'm not lying to y'all, because I think this is the truth, though. I think you go on their website, excuse me. You take a quiz. Yes, it is. Very good. You simply go on their website. You take a quiz. You put in your skin goals, your medical history. You're going to upload a picture, and you will get an actual dermatologist. Okay, there's a lot of companies out there, they can't say the word dermatologist. Apostrophe can. Okay, that's the differentiator between them and them. Okay, and they will help you, and they will track your progress along the way to ensure that you are marching toward your goals. We have a very special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with an apostrophe provider. Tripping over my tongue. At apostrophe.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
When you use our code TBTB.
TBTB.
This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
Click begin visit, then use our code TBTB. And sign up, and you'll get your first visit for only $5.
$5, Buster.
That's Apostrophe. APOSTROPHE.com/TBTB. Use code TBTB to get your dermatologist crafted treatment plan for $5.
$5.
And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the pod.
Okay,
Yes, Angel, go ahead.
I'm going to finish out a little bit of my thought, and then I wanted to ask y'all a question. So I say all that to say that wild things can happen with people that I know. Listen, if Kevin ended up dead and they found out that Melissa poisoned him, I'd be like, okay, all right. I would not be like, not Melissa. I'd be like, listen, something happened and she said enough is enough. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But my question is, Melissa, you kind of already touched on it, because then I want to go into like who you all met. But if you all don't mind, because I want to know who all y'all met on the red carpet. But the hypothetical, I already know what Marcus would have done in this situation. Melissa and Kevin, what would y'all have done in this situation? If it were you all in that situation, Melissa, alopecia, Kevin getting ready to get his Oscar, somebody talking about Melissa on stage.
Smiled and waved. Mr. Fluffy is all, no matter what Kevin tells you, know that the answer is what I just said. The reality
It was you or me?
the smile and wave was our answer. I'm going to let him give his answer, but my answer is our shared answer. This is the reality of the situation. And I said this on, I'm going to let you talk, but I'm going to get it out first. Okay. This is the thing. Okay. This is the reality of the situation. The way that we are set up, my natural inclination is smile and wave. When I am shaded, when there are microaggressions, when there are things in meetings that don't go my way, more likely than not, I say nothing. And today, last night, whereas Will Smith apologized last night because he had a reaction, I'm usually kicking myself because I didn't. Mm-hmm. That's more often my reality, that I'm upset that I didn't say something. I'm upset that I didn't do something. I'm upset that I didn't speak my mind. And instead, I smiled and I waved.
Stone Cold. I want to give a Stone Cold Stunner. No, Melissa's right. At this point in Kevin Fredericks' life, had we replaced each other, like if it was me and he would have said, Liz, whatever his joke about her would have been, I would have been like, and then I would have went up there and gave my speech. Mm-hmm. And I would have been mad at myself. I would love to think I would be different. I would be better, stronger, like Marcus. I admire Marcus's recklessness.
It's not stronger. It's just I'm more reckless.
I admire Marcus's recklessness.
I'm not going to call it a strength at all, but it's definitely oh, no, I wanted to hit on what she said, but go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, at this point, my Mr. Fluffy is still, I'm earlier in my career than Will is. So right. I'm not saying I would have just been happy that he disrespected my wife, but I also know Melissa, and I know she would probably be even more embarrassed if I would have responded in a way that she didn't like. So I think that's part of that's part of what would have influenced my response. Like,
I wouldn't have been embarrassed.
That's Magnus Rock?
No. I would have sat there just like Jada. And this is the thing.
Right, I actually see that too. Like when you said that, I'd be like, but Melissa would not be mad.
No, I wouldn't. because in the same
She'd be
way
like, Child.
That if I could have reacted in the way that, and hear what I'm saying, hear what I'm not, because don't be in the comments being dumb, talking about what I'm not saying.
They're going to be dumb anyway.
I am saying, listen, I'm not condoning violence, okay? But had I gone up there, knowing what I just told you, that my natural inclination is to smile and wave, had I been Will Smith and actually got up and smacked someone, I would hope behind all the Melissa, you shouldn't do that, you can't be hitting folks, you also would have been able to say, but I'm proud of you.
Oh, if you smack somebody?
Yes.
I'd be like, yeah,
because
girl.
You understand what it took for me to get to the point of smacking somebody. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of self-work. I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
But I'm saying it's a lot of self-work to get someone to that point of basically standing up for themselves. I am going to say this. He swung from one extreme to the other. You can't go from silent to smacking folks. There's a middle ground, okay? And he going to learn the middle ground.
I would have been okay with a solid yell.
Yeah, if he would have yelled. Correct. I'm with it.
That would have been, yell would have been Melanie from What You Not Gonna Do.
Correct.
Mel is the
and her getting escorted out before the Oscar.
No, Mel I always say that if we are a cocktail, Mel is always the gin, I'm always the Coke. It's gin and Coke?
Juice.
Gin and juice. I'm the juice.
No, so with what you said about basically regretting that you didn't react, I've been in I've been in a few situations to where I've been on both sides. But the regret of not reacting sticks with me a lot longer. Me too. I think it feels better to have to apologize for overreacting than regret to myself for not reacting.
That's Marcus.
It's like for real, the situations I've been in where I didn't react, I still think about that like it would have been worth it.
Well, I feel like that taints the award moment too, right? The night of like, oh, I finally won this Oscar, but you didn't win.
Right. Yeah, like I got this Oscar, but
I didn't.
That little shiny thing don't do anything for how I feel of what I let slide. That's gonna stick with me. That's gonna last longer than that gold is gonna last on that Oscar. Because the thing
That
is
is
like,
exactly how I felt. I was like, Will won twice tonight, regardless of
Yes.
the L he took.
Right.
Will end up winning twice. I know my husband well enough that in those type of situations, he's gonna do something. Even if I say, let it go, I'm okay, I'm gonna cry silently. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I realized,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what? You go ahead, baby. You
Yeah.
get us kicked up
And
out of here.
at
It's
the-
fine.
and that, I've made my choice. Oh, I'm getting arrested tonight. Cool. But at the
Melissa
end of the
Stewart-
day,
Hold on, this is Marcus. Melissa Stewart said, every time I would look at that Oscar, I would think about not smacking him.
Yeah.
yes, every time Oscar nominated, I didn't smack that food. Oscar award winning, I should have smacked that food. Like I would for the
Even
rest of my
people say
life.
Oscar Mayer wieners.
I
should have smacked that
Oscar
food.
De La Hoya. Damn it.
He's a boxer. He
Smack that
for
dude.
sure would have smacked him. I should have did what Oscar was done.
But shit, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You should have smacked him.
Here's the other thing about it.
I'm gonna interrupt you if I think of it.
Okay, go ahead. At this point in Will's career, I think what he did is more important than the award he won.
Yeah.
If they took-
no,
There you
stop. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Regardless of even the little the frail, fragile people that are offended and what do I tell my children and all that stupid shit. At the end of the night, there were no losers. The Oscars got more views than they will ever get in the history of the Oscars. Chris Rock now has material
And his
that
sales
he
went
could
up.
have a whole goddamn what's it
Hour.
called? No,
Set, bit.
keep going.
Special.
Bigger tour.
Special.
Off of that experience. Did you say tour already?
No.
He could have he could have a Netflix show off just that alone.
He could. And I would watch it.
Yeah, and Will Smith, he did not lose a single, as much as people want to act like they reacted, he did not lose a single fan.
Tony
He's now the bad boy. It's like, hey, you don't mess with
That was
Will
Mike
Smith and Jada.
Lowry.
That's Mike Lowry just showed up. Mike
That's the real Will Smith.
Lowry.
Yeah.
Like nobody lost.
That's the other thing. If you read the book, I didn't know the constructed Will Smith that we appeared was not a fighter. Will Smith was
Got in
a fighter.
fights.
He was getting
Yeah.
fights all the
I didn't
time.
need to. I haven't read his book. I haven't.
You would. It would good.
No. I do want to, just from
good.
other stuff you had. I know nothing about Will Smith outside of what I've seen and where I know he's from, and none of this surprises me.
Same.
None
Marcus,
of
same.
when it happened, I was just like, okay, so what's Biden talking about? Did Kamala Harris speak up
Biden.
yet? Like,
Listen.
did she speak up? Is she doing her job yet? That's where my mind went. I was like, the fact we talking about this, I know we have to because this is what we do, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, a dude from Philly smacked a dude from talking about his wife. Cool.
Yeah. Listen, Tony said Will Smith had 60 million followers before the slap and 61 for all y'all who said you're unfollowing him. After.
I unfollowed
Second
and followed again, hoping to jump the number.
Listen, we are a fickle people, right? We all, some people really stuck to it, but a lot of us were upset with Kanye. Slavery was a choice. Many of us then engaged in his art in some way afterwards.
How many people replaced Taylor Swift with somebody that should have slapped Kanye when he came up there and snatched that mic from her?
I didn't understand
Yeah.
that statement.
When he
Yeah.
came up and to Taylor Smith won the Grammy or whatever she
yes.
won. Oh, if it
MTV
was so
award.
and so, they would have knocked him out. Y'all would have been cool with that though.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody condones violence. Oh, no, violence is wrong. But let somebody as crazy as Kanye get up and do something. Oh, so he need to step to the right person and get slapped.
You know what I do with slaps?
What?
I slap them shipping stickers right on my box.
There
and
you
send
go.
that merch out. Matter of fact, Patreon, we finna put some merch on sale, ain't we, Liz?
Yes, we
It
are.
might be. When would you say it was
It's
gonna be?
gonna be this week. I'll
It's gonna
tell
be
you that.
this week. All them shirts that y'all been asking about, they finna go on sale to Patreon first for something like a little bit of dollars. It ain't even gonna be
It's gonna
over
be a
10.
little bit. It's
I mean,
not
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
over
under.
10.
It's not gonna be over 10. And the only way we can get rid of all them shirts like that there is with the ship station, because we got people from sea to shining sea. We got people in Middle America, people all over. We selling on Amazon, Etsy, our website, Shopify. We sell in person. And the only way we keep all that stuff aligned like that there is with the ship station, okay? Make ship happen, all right? So we've been selling merch for, I don't know how many years.
Very much long.
8,
4,
9,
5,
10
6,
years.
7
And the thing we love the most about ShipStation is the ease of which they can ship. They take all your orders from all over and organize them into one line. And they work with all carriers because when you ship international, a lot of times you got to do stuff outside of USPS. When you want to ship quickly, it can't be USPS. It got to be FedEx and UPS. People say they want their shirt on Friday and it's Tuesday. Then USPS say, I can't get it to you like that there. You need FedEx and UPS, and I don't want to have a whole new setup just to do that like that there. So if you selling merch, you're getting ready to sell something for Juneteenth, for whatever, the next holiday. Juneteenth,
July,
probably.
okay.
Juneteenth. Then you need to get ShipStation, and you need to use our offer code, TBTB.
TBTB.
Ship more in less time with ShipStation. Use our offer code, TBTB, to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in TBTB.
TBTB.
ShipStation. Make ship happen.
In the realm of violence, a slap is equivalent to the ocean versus stepping in a shallow puddle with shoes on. That's what I'm gonna say. We got.
I guarantee you the person getting slapped feels like it's more than that.
Yeah, but let them drown in the ocean and see. Oh no, I was wrong. This is wet.
Okay, I think we're gonna close this out. I really want to just give the stressfulness. I don't know how much you talked about the stressfulness of the Oscars. I just want to tell this a little
We didn't even
bit.
get to talk about it because of the Will Smith and the Chris Rock.
Okay, I want to close out, Will, and then discuss amongst yourselves in the comments section.
Feel how you feel.
Offer your perspective. I don't be in the comments, but please feel free to leave yours. Okay, really, really quickly, just to close this out, last little bit out. I just want to really, truly give y'all what's going on the day of the Oscars. So, the day before, we had a pre-Oscar party to attend.
And let me say something before you even get into your thing, because I've been wanting to say this.
Okay.
Women,
Tread lightly.
pack your own jacket.
What?
Okay? I had me a suit for my party. Lissa cold, a beautiful dress. Back all out, cold in the wind. Lissa wore my jacket. Now I'm standing there in church pants and a church shirt because it was a whole thing. I had a pocket square that went with the white. Now I'm standing there because she cold. She get her one little Instagram reel, one little picture, spend the rest of the night like this, like James Brown.
Now your outfit's ruined.
Now my outfit ruined.
And he was pissed too.
I'm sitting over there with the church shirt. I didn't iron the side.
You was a bus boy.
I was the help, and this part was wrinkled. And I was like, I ain't gonna take the jacket off. Now I'm out here exposed.
Kevin ironed the chest and stomach.
Yes.
I ironed this straight line down.
Everybody saw the shirt on the broadcast.
Man, you know I wasn't gonna come out that jacket. Now I'm trying to vibe, and the Wrinkles is having a better time than me. Like, oh, I think we're gonna be able to get out tonight. Wrinkles out there
Kevin.
vibing, and Melissa out here
Kevin.
warm.
Kevin.
That was cool.
She was she did all this
Kevin.
makeup, stylist, to be dressed for 3 minutes.
To have on. She had on a
Kevin.
tuxedo jacket and heels at the end of the
Marcus,
night.
by the time we got into we get downstairs in the elevator of our hotel, not the hotel where the party was. Oh, it's cold. Give me your jacket. What?
Kevin, you
I
knew
want-
better though. You knew
Thank
that
you.
was gonna
I
happen.
didn't, Angel.
Why?
You know, you
Yes,
know
you
she
did.
needed.
Then you're being
She need a
stupid. If you didn't know
Chicago.
that was gonna happen, then you are not being smart.
She-
You know your wife is gonna be like
Cold.
a Frigidaire.
You
Cold.
need,
She
no.
should-
You need one of those.
Accountability. This was wrong with y'all. Y'all enable each other. You know you are gonna be cold. You put that jacket as part of your outfit.
No, it's like having a sneakers for the hunger person. You have the jacket ready. You get one of them. Was it Patagonia? Is that what it's called?
Patagonia.
Patagonia. You get one of them like trench Chicago style bubble coats that you can ball up real small. Have it in her little clutch purse. That way you just pull it out.
That's what
Put
I
this on,
needed.
babe.
And we was in it, but it was cold in there. I ain't gonna give you that.
Rooftop was
It was.
cold.
It was a rooftop
Kevin in there,
indoors.
nipples all hard.
It was hard at that Oscar party. I ain't never been to the Oscar party. Everybody like, hey, whose nipples is that? Like, man, y'all leave me alone. My nipples are hard now. That's why I got the black shirt on. That's all I wanted to say, Liz. Now tell your story. And the next night, we went to the governor's ball. I said, wear this jacket. I'm going to wear my jacket.
You
You finna be over here and be cold. I ain't finna be church pants in the shirt 2 days in a row, and I know
For
that.
saying church pants.
Yeah, that's black folk. Church shoes and church pants.
I was about 35 before I started saying hard bottoms. Them is church shoes.
Yeah.
But do people say hard bottoms either?
Yeah, I mean, I
They
do.
say Tony
They
Baker
say
is the
dress
first to say hard.
Yeah, I would
bottom.
just say dress shoes.
I say church shoes and church socks and church pants, and you put all that together. That's a
Yeah,
suit.
it's a suit.
All right, go ahead. Let's tell your story.
So I get up this is on Saturday, 8:30. My hairstylist is literally across the street from Staples Center, feel like literally 2 streets up. And I get there, he's doing my hair. We finish, and he's like, I don't like it.
No, tell him the whole thing, Liz.
What whole thing?
This is after 3.5
Yo, completely
hours.
done. Wash, permed the back and the sides, waved it, laid my tracks in, curled it, styled it, and was like, I don't like it. So then I was like, well, I have to leave. I have to go get my credentials. So I went from downtown to Hollywood to get my credentials, back downtown to get my hair all the way redone.
Another 2.5, 3 hours.
Tracks out, rewashed, molded down, sat under the dryer, and did the whole thing over.
Melissa Denise Fredericks.
Oh, it didn't end there.
She came, Angel.
We're
She
not
said,
done.
Angel. She came to the
wait,
hotel.
there's more.
She was like, Kev, he messed my tracks up. He said, I don't want the wind to blow or you look away, and now they got a Getty image of your track show. I was like, let me see it. And she turned, and that track was like, what up? And I was like, oh, that track is outside of the house. That track was
That
sitting
track
on-
was elbows out driving.
That track was like, right, boy, what up, Kev?
That track was trying to have his 15 minutes of fame.
I was like, oh, you gonna have to wear a baseball cap if
Yeah.
you don't fix that. It was like he had flipped it under on
Man,
the
he
stage.
did this new situation. It wasn't working, okay? It was just a mess.
It was obvious.
It was obvious. So I got my credentials, left, came back at 7 o'clock. So I get back to the hotel, start getting dressed. You know, I'm staggering my folks. So I did my hair. So makeup comes. She comes, she's doing my makeup. I feel like I'm on time too. I'm like, this is great. I get a call from from my stylist. Melissa, I think I left your dress in your closet at the house. Can someone open the door for me to get it? I'm like, yeah, my sister's out with my boys. She'll get it for you. She meets her there. She calls me back. The dress not in there.
The dress is gone away.
They checked every closet in my house. She's like, Melissa, I have no idea where this dress went. It grew legs and walked. We left your house after the fitting. I put it in my car. I didn't even unpack my car. I don't understand how it's gone. But I have a backup. So she comes to the hotel. She has 2 backups, 1 or 2 backups, 2 backups. I ended up wearing the purple dress I just posted, which actually worked out. Front was out, back was out. I was
Did it
cold,
work
did them
out
up.
for
but
everybody
it
involved?
It worked out for me, child. That's the story's from my perspective. So yes, it worked out. So we go to the party and everything's fine. Then the morning of the Oscars, so that's Saturday. The morning of the Oscars, my glam team's coming in. They're staggering in. Everything's going great. Whatever. All of a sudden, we're getting our credential. It went from blue to orange.
So the Oscars ticket is on a Apple Pay. I mean
Apple Wallet.
Apple Wallet thing. So we do all because you had to do some really strict COVID
like 3
protocol.
COVID tests in 2 days.
So we take a COVID test on our own with Thursday, upload your vaccination stuff. Then the next day you have to take a COVID test, right? We did that. And then the day of the Oscars, you're cleared. So our Apple Wallet has our Oscars ticket in it all day Friday, all day Saturday. Sunday morning, that ticket go from blue to not only not blue, it's a orange, no access to the Oscars.
Revoked.
Hey, why y'all changing my stuff? It was said I could go in at first. We get an email from the COVID people, y'all didn't upload your second test. Well, the day before we took the second test, it was an antigen test, and they were like, because you're vaccinated and because you took a test on Thursday, all you got to do is take this test and you'll be good. And we were like, do we need any proof of this to upload anywhere? Oh no, because y'all did this thing, because other people hadn't done the stuff right, but me and Melissa did our homework and did our stuff because I got control issues. Oh no, all I got to do is this. As long as it don't come back positive, you're good. No news is good news.
That's what she said.
No news was bad news. So we spend all day Sunday. I be anxious McGee. I'm like, you got to go over here, drive 20 minutes away and go take another test. I'm texting the agent and the management. Apparently this happened to like
Everybody.
100 people. So we spend the whole day up until probably 2
hour
hours,
before.
maybe hour and a half, 2 hours before the Oscars. And then I checked my phone. The Lord had told me, check your phone. I said, okay, God, give me a second. And I checked it, and he done turned it from orange to blue. Amen. And it was all fixed. Now, let me tell you about that Oscars red carpet, though, real quick. We was down to that red carpet at 11:30. The sun had been there for 2 hours.
It showed up on time.
Man, dog. It was a hot day, and they had built this like plastic tent that
Yes.
increased the temperature
ain't
like
no,
15
ain't no
degrees.
airflow through there.
No.
Ain't no
You done
airflow.
closed the jar.
Marcus, Angel, Joshua, people watching.
And God.
It was
Baking.
baking in there. I got my
Melissa
church
was like,
shoes-
"Man, this is comfortable."
Oh my! Even Lisa was hot,
It
Marcus.
was a lot.
I got my church shoes on. My church shoes can't fit my insoles. Too thin.
Even with the socks.
Even with
With
the
the
socks.
socks.
My plantar fasciitis was on fasciita to the max. The socks couldn't hold it in.
I'm on it, Kev.
Oh,
Marcus
no.
bought me some plantar fasciitis socks that are great. And I wore them with my insoles. It was like walking on a cloud. Without the insoles, they was like, yeah, these little socks, this ain't enough. Your feet finna be on fire. That plantar fasciitis, I was like, oh, you got your little socks,
What's up,
huh?
cuz?
I was like, Peter and Paul, I know, but who are you? They didn't respect the socks. Man, my feet were on 1,000. Here's the funny thing about it. The camera was going around from different areas, right? So I'm going to just be honest. It's really funny and embarrassing. I be yawning. I be yawning. They like, we going to shoot this thing with Vanessa Hudgens. I'm like, okay, be ready, Kev. I'm ready. And then I just kind of forgot that it was live. I got 100 DMs of me going, I'm talking about the biggest yawn ever. Vanessa Hudgens, I look like somebody's father. I mean, it's 2 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock.
We're tired.
I'm tired.
They pan over. Kev was going into mid and stopped.
So many
Let it
DMs.
finish and then bang.
Marcus, it was like they caught it on purpose. I was so embarrassed. I said, and I wouldn't
Camera 3, get Kev, camera 3.
Josh, looking like, they said smile and vibe. I said,
Look lively. Kev yawning.
man, this has been a long time up until this point. So then fast forward to in the Oscars, and I'm sorry I cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
In the Oscars, Melissa is got a corset that has been stabbing her for 7 hours.
That little blue dress was so cute, but when I tell you it was the most uncomfortable thing ever.
Man, so Melissa's like, Kev, I got to go back to the room. I'm going
I
to change.
couldn't breathe.
Which was kind of always our plan. And low key, the Oscars, the actual ceremony inside is it's longer.
Yes.
Because the commercials, nothing's happening, and it had already been a long day. So I was like, okay, go ahead. Like, I was like, bring some cheeses back when you go. This is always our plan, for her to change before the
Cheez-Its?
party.
I bought
To change. The
Cheez-Its.
cheeses was just like, hey, you have bought them cheeses. Sneak that. Bring me.
Yeah, I bought
Because she
some
got the
Cheez-Its.
white cheddar.
No.
I love the white cheddar and the cheddar jack. Them are 2 favorites.
Put that in your thigh strap so they don't see it.
So when she's leaving, she texts me. She like, Kev, they're not going to let me back in, because she had left her credentials back. And when you got into the Oscars, you didn't need the credentials. You just need the ticket. But
To get back in.
to get back into the area, you needed the credentials. So long story short, I had to get the credentials to her. So I get the credentials so you can't leave during the thing. So the segment finishes. I stand up,
And that's the one everybody saw.
and then somebody else
when
comes
you popped
down,
up into the.
and I sat back down. I said, I thought it was a commercial. Within
I
2
saw the white
minutes-
shirt.
Within 2 minutes,
Danny
Melissa
text me.
sent me this video. Kev, you was on TV. I said, how?
Daddy said, tell Kev to sit down.
Marcus, we is all the way up there.
up.
You don't even see no cameras
No.
pointing that direction.
Wait. This is the last key part, though.
They don't even have signal to go up
No,
there.
they don't. Our ticket says row B, right? So I'm in the hair salon. Y'all, they got us in row B. You know the only thing in front of B, A.
A whole lot of other people is what you should have said.
Angel.
Y'all was
A.
in row B30.
You know what A was? You know what was A? 8,000 people are sitting in front of you.
Row B meant you gonna be in the building.
What we didn't know was M stood for mezzanine. So we was in row B, amen, of as far back as you could go. Them people look like Lego Batman from where we was.
We were sitting down. I was holding everybody's hand.
Marcus.
Can you just grab my
because
hand?
that's like,
Marcus.
that's why I feel like you hanging over them.
People were scared of heights. Were like, I'm not even gonna go in there because the
I don't even understand
ground
why
was
they construct that stuff.
the ground that you had to walk on was like this.
Yeah.
People are sitting down. The banister. Luckily, we're not on the banister one,
Yeah,
but it
'cause
feels
we was
like
in B. We wasn't in A.
Marcus. We so far up. I said, man, we could have a whole party up here. We don't. Nobody would know.
We
but it
watched-
was like people's families from the movie. Like it
Yeah.
was legit people up there.
We
but it wasn't
watched the
celebrities.
Oscars the same way y'all did on
the
the TV.
There was a TV on the side. Them people look this big from up there.
They got oxygen masks just hanging
Marcus,
just in case you need
I
it.
said I didn't even know this building went this high up because when we was walking by it, we was always walking on the first level. So I didn't know. You couldn't tell that it was a
And
tri-level.
this is the other trickery, right? This is the other trickery. On the ticket, it said table. So I said,
Oh, table, and we on
it
B.
worked.
I thought we should next
What
to
up,
Beyonce.
Jada? Will, what y'all doing?
I thought we'd be dapping it up with Will.
You mean to tell me we in row B at the table?
We are not.
In for master, that means we sitting up front.
If this was a plane, we would have been sitting outside of it on the top, holding on to the tail. Which is why when I stood up, I thought, I mean, there's no way I'm
It
going to
don't
be on
matter
TV.
if I leave. I could be up here crip walking. They ain't
Marcus,
gonna see this.
all I see is my big old self with no jacket.
No, that's what I said. The
with
white
no
shirt
jacket, because you know where my jacket is?
on Melissa.
You know where my jacket is?
Wrapped on her shoulders.
In the hotel room with Melissa. So all you see is my big old self with this shirt. These people clapping. I don't do one clap. All you see is this.
That's literally what it was. Can't post that. Hold on.
I just looking like I'm ready to go. Because I don't know I'm on camera. My face all messed up. I'm just, all right, what y'all got going on in these Oscars? What's going on in these Oscars? So embarrassed. Then a whole nother slew of DMs and things
wait.
catching me. The two TV things I did.
It really was like, what was that?
Somebody sent me this GIF of David Robinson. There's so many GIFs of somebody being there and somebody else popping up into frame. People was tweeting me. So the two TV things I got on the Oscars is yawning, and standing up with no jacket.
Your white shirt.
With no jacket in my
Your
church shirt.
Kev, only you. Angel got a friend that is clumsy. She falls everywhere. That would be her.
Dog.
Like somebody, when they panned over to Will walking from the stage, there would be somebody falling down the steps in the background. That would be her friend. Tumbling down the steps. It's like, but
I'm
who?
so mad.
Forget that. What happened back there? Said,
Stood up.
hold on, what's that whack-a-mole game? That's what Kev popped up and disappeared.
I mean, I'm just all up. I covered up all the people that you could see. Before that, there was 3 people that
if
when
you
I
had on
stood
your
up,
jacket, you wouldn't have seen you that
wouldn't have
bad.
seen me.
You was glowing.
I mean, looking like somebody's father, looking like a deacon the church done ran over. All right, amen. Amen. Y'all go ahead and close this down.
This is why we do this.
So who
So
did
then
y'all
listen,
meet
come
on
back
the red
in.
carpet?
Huh?
Who y'all meet on the red carpet? Name some folks.
Girl.
So Anjanou Ellis, turns out, is a big fan of
My
me.
Sarah.
Your Sarah.
that's her
Hey,
Sarah.
Sarah. Hey, Sarah. That's my
That's
Sarah.
That's my Sarah.
So this is what happened with Anjanou Ellis. So we are red carpet's right there, but the people told us. First of all, they talk about the celebrities like they were zoo animals.
Yes, they do.
They're like, listen, do not engage with them
Don't yell
unless
out.
they come up to you. Then you can talk to them. So I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm trying to make sure I get paid, which is the crazy thing. I got paid to be at the Oscars. I would have went for free, but I ain't told them that.
You
said,
shouldn't have
"Here's
said
the-
it on here. Take that part
He
out.
said, here's the offer. I said, well, yeah, I'll take it. So anyway, on the carpet we met, we chopped it up with Lena Waithe. Cynthia Erivo was down past the carpet walked back when she saw me, came and hugged me and Liz. Who else we met? Niecy Nash made a video with me. She's like, "What am I supposed to do your podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "What happened?" I was like, "I called you." She was like
somebody's
"Call me
auntie.
again."
You can't remember
Niecy Nash. Man,
it was a lot of people.
we seen Zendaya.
It's beautiful.
She's very tall.
Really?
Very tall, like taller than
I didn't
almost
expect
everybody there. And I think she had big, high
Yeah.
shoes on. But Zendaya is like 6. When I saw her the first time I met her with Zay and JoJo, she taller than I was. She had them Jordan 11s on. I was like,
Oh,
She-
so she's
she-
like 6
she
foot?
Yeah, easy.
probably 6 foot with
With
shoes on.
heels, she's
She's
clearing
like your mama.
everybody.
She clearing.
She's
Yo,
clearing
mama, I'm just
everybody.
playing. My mama is tall.
Yeah. Will Packer, obviously, we met him and his wife. No,
It was a lot of people.
We missed Denzel. He walked right past us. Benedict Cumberbatch. He was Doctor Strange. He did this, and he said, "What's up, Kev?" I said, "What up, Ben? Benny Dick." Serena Williams, we saw at the party.
Both of them seem so nice.
They are.
They were.
They seem so nice.
And now, listen, not only they're not, they are tall and strong. And I was looking at them, and I was like, they play 17-year-olds in tennis.
Right.
Venus and Serena are adult women,
Yeah.
They're huge.
and they got to pay 15,
No, I can
16,
tell they're tall.
17-year-olds in tennis. Who else did we meet at the thing? We met Terrence J, Matthew Cherry.
All the black.
Everybody
literally,
black, pretty much.
All the black people inside of the I'm trying to find the people that came up to him, but I'm not
We
going to
seen
find all.
Sam. I was like, "What up, Sam?" Look.
But all the black people, everybody. You saw that?
Wow.
Oh man,
Every black person, the servers,
Every
everybody.
black person.
Pull you aside, clean the table. You saw the slap. You know I couldn't watch it because I was working, but I'm pull it up on my YouTube.
Man, there was a
Everybody.
slap her around the world.
On my you literally that was the conversation I had with someone.
Y'all were
so it
in
was
the
a good
room
time.
where it happened. I mean,
Man.
not when it happened, but you were in the room where it happened.
Steven Spielberg in front of us walking in. Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Eilish
Did you
behind
speak
us.
to Steven? Did you speak to
Nah,
Steven?
he was
I had a
Getty
whole-
images and stuff.
I had a whole conversation with Steven Spielberg and didn't realize it.
At the airport?
Nah. This
Where?
is at a rap party of angels.
I told y'all I met.
Oh, that's right.
She did tell
I
us.
forgot that.
I came to Angel. I was like, yeah, something over on couch. She said, "You know who that is?" I was like, "Who?" She's like, "Steven Spielberg." I was like, "Yeah, didn't know."
Literally when we saw him, I said Steven Spielberg looks exactly how Steven Spielberg looks.
He looks.
He looks
really
exactly
does.
Bruh.
like
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
He didn't. He usually wears the circle glasses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't have those on that night.
No,
That's- I
Janelle. We
think
didn't
that's why I
see Janelle Monáe.
Didn't
I
recognize.
didn't see
him.
Janelle. We didn't see Beyonce.
Nah, definitely.
We was
She
trying to
don't
go
do
to
the
her
red
party.
carpet half the time no more. And if
No,
she
I don't.
do,
She
they
did
run her
not do the red
through.
carpet.
Yeah.
She did not. They have some sneak ways in because them people was getting there. We was
If
trying
you
to
did
get
the
into
red
her
carpet,
party.
we saw you.
Yeah, we were trying to get into her party. We saw Kevin Costner. Her party
Y'all saw
is more.
Darius and Nikki. Did y'all?
Oh yeah,
saw
we
Darius and
had a great
Nikki.
old time.
They
That's the
came
party
on.
we went to where Melissa stole my jacket and had me on when the church closed.
Hello.
That was such an LA thing. Like Darius is an Oscar-nominated songwriter.
Forever and always.
Yeah.
You
I
can't never take it back.
know. That is so.
And I
amazing.
told Liz, I said, man, when I was like, Darius probably gonna win. I said, let's look at the nominees, and I saw Billie Eilish did a James Bond song, and I was like, they gonna lose to Billie Eilish. Them doggone James Bond songs
Yeah.
be winning Oscars. I don't know what it is about white people and James Bond songs. They gonna win. But bruh,
Whack.
Skyfall, the Skyfall one,
Yeah, they be on.
She won that. They love those doggone
I did
songs.
see Chloe and Haley. Remember
We
the
saw
tree?
Chloe and Haley.
Her whole Chloe, whole situation out.
I turned away.
I didn't. I was like,
That's right. You take it all in, Liz.
girl.
That's how she be these days. She be like,
Listen,
you can
I'm
see
here
all
for
of
it. Listen.
We saw Meg.
Oh, I missed her.
Saw Meg. Very smiley. They did the Encanto thing. She had a verse on it. I didn't like that whole thing.
They had her rap on Encanto.
They had her. They added a verse to Encanto and Meg rapped on it
Oh, I didn't know
Why?
because it was the Oscars.
I'm mad at y'all for.
But
carrying
why
this movie
Meg
for
and
so
not
long.
Cardi?
Finally
Oh my God,
watched
it was just on the
Someone of
radio the other
blacker
day.
descent.
It was just. I was another cartoon.
Well,
movie.
now you got a hype
Y'all been
train,
talking
Marcus.
about-
You got a hype train.
Oh,
problem.
Bruno this, Bruno, man. Who the
Well, now
hell
you
is
watching
Bruno?
it upset.
I wasn't. I was just like, hey, let's watch
Virgie,
this.
she didn't probably. She had them things thinking. You hear me? That whole dress was up. I'm pretty sure I saw her behind.
Oh, you probably
And
did.
you turned away, Kev?
I didn't.
Man, you
She's
ridiculous.
young.
How old is she?
She's
She's
of
like
age.
under 20.
Oh, okay. No, I would have
she's
turned
not.
away too.
No, she's
No.
like 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, that's
that.
still
She's
kinda
young.
young.
She's a
That's-
child.
that's
I got
young.
nieces that are her age.
Yeah, that is young. I agree with you.
Serena Williams also had a very similar
Yeah,
dress.
that I would not have turned away. I've been like, Angel, check
Now
this out.
Serena's booty.
Me and Angel would have been sitting there like, nah, yeah,
That
see what
booty
she got going on.
is.
I think
Yeah, no,
I
literally.
think Venus's
Yeah.
nipple was out during Will's speech.
It was.
I believe that she was in front of
That
us. at
happened
one
on the
point.
red
I
carpet,
didn't
too. I
meet
didn't say
her, but she
nothing.
was just in front of us at one point.
I was like-
and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, girl, you living
Angel
on the
knows what I'm
dangerous
into. There's
side.
certain things that she knows I'm on to see, so we just engaged together. Like, okay.
Serena's
that's what you
booty
did.
was out there.
Man, I was like,
I would honestly
It was
say
like-
it's only second to Chloe's. Like Chloe's booty and Serena's booty.
no, Serena's.
Yeah, her
gonna say,
areola.
Serena's is
out.
a-
Her areola.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. Hers is.
Oh, I thought you said the other way.
Oh no. Oh, if I did, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
I
It
mean,
was
so
a
anywhere
marvel.
Serena go, it's gonna be. She can have on scrubs, jeans. It don't matter. It's
Yeah,
like
that
But
everything
she
got
did.
everybody else can be in bathing
everything-
suits, but did you see Serena?
Man.
Yeah, you gotta have
Very nice and
That's
gracious too. It's kind of like super weak how the tennis people try to play her, like she's angry and stuff.
Yeah.
All she did is smile the entire.
I've never. Now, I've not that I've ever even met them, but you kind of get people's energy just from seeing
Absolutely.
them around. And both of them, just every interaction I've ever heard of or seen with them, like they seem so
Super
goddamn-
kind.
They seem like type people you could approach if you saw them.
Absolutely.
In public.
I
And he
listen.
did.
I ain't gonna hold you. Melissa made fun of me a little bit to just me and her. We was walking by her at the party, and I stopped and acted like I couldn't find a chair. There was 8,000 open seats.
I mean, just hovering.
Man,
She's sitting over her by herself. Man, you know where to sit.
Just
and I
hovering.
know what people do it to me when they recognize me and they want to say hi. And I was just like, Lisa's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't see no chairs in this room. I cannot see them. Serena was like, and I was like, Serena, I love you. Oh my gosh. I shook Alexis Ohanian hand, her husband, down to him. I was like, man, you know, you the husband. He was like, I'm lucky. And then we left because I was like, and then she was gone within 3 minutes.
They all went to Vanity Fair. That's the goal.
I know, man. Next time we get into them extra parties.
All right. Anything else?
No,
Will
it
Smith
was
was wrong, but I
great.
agree
I'm
with
so
him,
glad-
and he should do it again.
Go ahead. What you say, babe?
I said yes. Will Smith was wrong. I agree with him though, and he should do it again if it happens.
Shut your mouth.
Marcus
I'm
is
so glad you
funny.
all got to go. Y'all look fantastic.
proud of y'all. I'm
Can't
happy
wait
for
for
y'all.
you all to go again and not even have to work the red carpet. Y'all just gonna be in there.
Oh, that's the next step. That's
Legs
hold on, I
crossed.
thought about
Oh.
that. The
I
next
know I
step,
don't
I'm
say much, but I
next
was
time
all
I'm
excited
walking
for
and
y'all.
I'm going in. JLS2, we chopped it up with him. He's very nice.
He's
Oh, I
not.
didn't
nice
talk.
suit on.
I saw him. He did have a nice suit on.
And we hung out with Terrell and Roxy the whole weekend.
Fantastic.
We came in late from our party. They didn't have no food. Melissa came and ate some of their wings.
Sure did.
They gave us some fries and stuff. Terrell was twerking on Melissa's video. They were great. Terrell is fantastic.
Yeah, he's a lot of
He
fun.
had a nice suit on too. I was like, dang man, people be having nice suits on. All right, bye.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We will talk to you guys next time, and it will be with a Married at First Sight review. Bye.